Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome to a new set of Android tutorials. Today we're going to talk about value animators because value animation and value animators are some of the coolest things Android brought in recently. Now, these only came in Android 3, but if you really want to use them in Android 2, they are amazing. So you'll probably want to use them. But if you want to use them, you can use a library. It's called 9 Old Androids, and it's a Jake Warrington library. You know, the genius Jake Warrington, and it'll work really well. So let's get started. What are value animators? Essentially, value animation is when you animate the actual property of an object. So these are most commonly used for actual view animation. So essentially what happens is the normal animation system, the animation framework that Android had before, wasn't very good. So essentially what you were doing was you were actually taking like a picture of the view and moving it around the screen, but the view itself wasn't moving. Value animation or object animators or property animators, they're all the same type of object, actually animate the object's properties. To get a better representation of what I'm talking about, we're going to do a simple value animation and I'll show you how it works. So as I've created a new project here for this tutorial, I should put this up on GitHub. Anyway, so what we've got this nice text view, which I'm just going to center line inside the parent. And go in here, modify text size. We'll just pump up that text a good bit so you can see what the hell is going on. And we'll give it an ID. ID, text, view. So in our main layout, we're just going to do the usual. Find the text view. No. Okay, so I've got our text view. I'm actually going to very quickly start up an Android virtual device. Start, scale. Okay, that's running. So, how do value animators work? Or the value animator system is actually really cool. So we'll start with an actual animator. So we'll type in, we create a value animator. Okay. And we'll just call this animator. New. Now you can't instantiate a value animator directly. You have to say value animator. And now you've got a few different objects here. Now the vibrator surface. Haha. God, I'm so immature. Anyway, essentially what happens with a value animator is it takes two values, your start and your end value, and animates between them. And it's essentially what it does. Now, there's a couple of different animators. The first thing we're going to do is we'll do a very basic of int. So if we type in of int, and we'll go from 0 to 100. Okay, so we've got our animator. We're going to add our update listener. This makes more sense once I actually fire this off. Okay, animator dot set duration. You have to set a duration, so we'll set it over 2 seconds. And we'll tell the animator to start. Okay, so the general course of this animation is for 2 seconds, this animator will go from 0 to 100. So it'll output values over and over and over again. And this is the actual method that gets the value on animation update. And very simply what happens, it's very, very simple. The animator will animate from 0 to 100 in 2 seconds. So at 1 second's time, the value should be 50. Now what we're going to do is we're going to actually take this value and put it on the text view. So when the animation starts, we'll see the text view change over time. So in order to do that, we need to get our int value. So our int value, current value, equals, you have to cast out the integer because Okay, animator, or yeah, value your animation here, dot get animated value. Okay, now the animator can go, or this animated value could be anything. It could be any object you like, but it only supports certain types. So there's of int, of float, type, and all this other kind of thing. Anyway, let's see how this works. So we've got our value, and then we say text view dot set text value is, and we'll just add on our current value. Okay, and that's it. So let's run this, and we'll see how it works. Oh, I'm not capturing the emulator. Okay, so let me just run that again because anyway, now we're capturing the actual screen properly. And as you can see the text rising very fast. So if we just run that again, swipe that away. Boring stuff, value animators, vroom. And as you can see, the animation's running very nicely. And it animates up beautifully. So essentially what we're saying is go from 0 to 100. We're getting our value out whenever the animation or the animator can update. So this animation will run as fast as it can without bogging down the system. So this won't affect any input. It won't have any lag. It's a very nice system. I think all the timing is done in the background. But essentially it just gets the animation, gets its animated value and puts it in here. And that's all there is really to it. Now let's say that's all there really is to it.